I this is just going to be a quick video. I have some questions for the anti-statist uh, contingent on YouTube. Um, I, I have some questions that I'm curious about, um, and I hope this video is not meant anyway as any sort of like attack. I know a lot of people make videos where the title is something about asking a question, and the video becomes an attack, some sort of attack video. I want to avoid that because nothing I'm about to say is meant as an attack at all. I'm legitimately curious, um, and I'm not hostile to anti-statism. As you can see by my username, uh, I've back in high school mainly, I went through various anti-statist phases, although I didn't really know enough about it, which is why I'm probably asking these questions right now. I mean, it's really sort of one question that could turn into two depending on how you answer the first part, or depending on how you answer it. Because if I said depending on how you answer the first part, that would already be assuming that there were two parts, and so it wouldn't be one question. Anyway, the question is, can you be a libertarian or an anti-statist? Because I'm never quite up to date on what you guys want to call yourselves. I know anarcho-capitalist, I think, is out of favor. But my question is, anyway, is anti-statism viable if utilitarianism fails? Because it seems like, okay, now let me go back. I guess I should have prefaced that by saying, it seems to me that a lot of the arguments you guys make are predicated on at least some kind of utilitarianism, with, rather than pleasure or something else, your goal is, freedom, right? So what actions, and I've heard, what actions are going to make the greatest number of people the most free, something like that. And I've heard, Spock talk. I've heard you say before that you're only focused on the consequences. I think you've used the word consequentialist before. I could be wrong about that. But that's my question. Does anti-statism fail if utilitarianism fails? Right? If utilitarianism fails as a moral theory, or, well, this is the second part of the question, really, is that if you need utilitarianism for anti-statism, okay, if you don't need utilitarianism for anti-statism, explain why. If you do, why do so many anti-statists want to claim the moral nihilist, title? Why do they want to take up the moral nihilist mantle? Because utilitarianism is a moral theory, in many senses of the word, because it presupposes that you're valuing, because it's supposed to be a way of thinking about how to act, what decisions to make, what things to do. Not to mention, it presupposes that you value whatever the utilitarian goal is, be it pleasure, or be it freedom in the case of anti-statism. So those are really the two questions. One, does anti-statism require utilitarianism? If not, why not? And if so, why is moral nihilism the preferred self-identification of anti-statists? Because, and why isn't utilitarianism a moral theory that you would hold to? And the question of value is in there too, but that's sort of like packaged in, like, what what grounds do we have for valuing freedom? What's the argument for that? If someone were to just say to you, "I don't value freedom," would there be anything for you to say to convince them? So yeah, those are sort of my questions. If they weren't clear, feel free to comment, and I'll try to clarify myself. Although I'm not usually good at that. So if anyone could respond, that'd be great. I'd really like to hear some of the answers. Appreciate it, guys.